Hello, my name is Christabelle Agyapong. I am a student in Introduction to Computer Science 1110, Section W01. Today I'm here to talk to you about the effects of the internet on personal relationships. The three relationships that I will touch base on are family, platonic, and sexual. So I'll start off on family. So, family is anybody in your immediate or relative extended family. So, that will include your mother, father, brother, sister, cousin, aunt, uncle, people like that. They are included in family. And the way that the internet has benefited us in the family relationships are things such as, it's easier for you to communicate with your family. Me personally, I'm from Ghana. My parents are from Ghana. So some of my family members live in Ghana. Before WhatsApp came about, the only way we could talk to them is buying a phone card that say Ghana DC. We have to prepay the phone card and then call our family members to talk to them, and that was once a month. Now with the internet and with apps such as WhatsApp and Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, um, we can communicate now more frequently than before. On WhatsApp, now I can call my uncle in Ghana whenever I want to. Now I can call my cousins whenever I want to. So the internet has broken the physical barrier of having to call somebody or having to travel to that person's area in order to communicate with them. So the internet has brought us closer together, not through distance, but through uh, like through communication, and that has helped us communicate better. But however, with pros come with cons, and the internet has greatly, what I have seen has greatly affected our immediate family at the dinner table. Nowadays you see people not even sitting together eating dinner anymore. Now family members in the household are separated apart, eating dinner separate because it's between their plate of food, themselves, and their phone. One thing I can say is that in my family, sometimes we eat dinner together with no phones, other times we don't. And, I have greatly seen the impact of the internet separating my family, those that live in my household, whereby I'll sit down and eat a plate of food, but instead of talking to my parents or talking to my siblings the whole time, I'm scrolling through Instagram, liking pictures, texting people back. And that greatly impacts our communication between our family members, because now it's mostly between you and your phone, not you and your family members. The dinner table used to be an outlet of where families used to express what happened throughout their days, through their day, and now it's become something that I'm just expressing how I feel in between my phone, and you know it greatly impacts our family relationships and our family communications. And people have always put like no they put like rules and restrictions on, you can't use your phone at the dinner table, which I honestly think is a very great and useful rule, because now it takes away the internet and gives you time to actually interact with your family. So the second part I would like to move on to is platonic relationships. Platonic relationships include relationships that are intimate and affectionate, but are not sexual. So this will include your best friend. This will include a friend of the opposite sex. This could include your classmate. So with these, the internet actually has benefited us. Through the internet, I can now text my friend instantly. I can now, get in contact with a friend that I lost touch 10 years ago. That's one personal thing for me. 10 years ago, I lost touch with my best friend because she moved away. Because our family's in the military, and then through Instagram, Snapchat, we actually met up again 10 years later, and we are closer, and we talk a lot, and the bond, because of internet, our bond has become stronger. So the internet has a good benefit to platonic relationships. Now I can talk to my friends instantly. We're all in college, but I don't have to travel to every different college in order to have a conversation with them. Now I can pick up my phone, FaceTime them, see them face to face through FaceTime, and interact with them. I can text them to see how they are doing. Internet, social media definitely tells you how your friends are doing. They're constantly, our generation is constantly posting on social media. We're constantly recording videos on Snapchat. We're constantly posting pictures on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So you get to communicate through the comment section on how your friend is doing. You get to see their day-to-day lives, even without having to contact them personally, either face-to-face or calling them. Now you can see it through the internet. And that's definitely one great benefit that the internet has done, that has impacted on platonic relationships. A negative, I would say, is that the drama is a lot of drama that comes from the internet because of platonic relationships are affected through he said, she said on the internet, and that is definitely one thing that has greatly impacted platonic relationships. Another impact on platonic relationships that has been caused by the internet is the use of phones when you're physically in front of each other. Being physically in front of each other means that you are interacting either verbally or physically, and having your cell phone in between you and your best friend, that's a barrier. There's no point of sorry y'all. Sorry about that. The lights turned off. There's no point of contact between you guys because the phone is your barrier. The phone is what is keeping you from communicating effectively with your friend. So that's definitely one negative impact that technology, specifically the internet, has on platonic relationships. Okay, so the last point number 3 that I would like to touch base on is the sexual relationship. Your relationship with your partner. The sexual relationship could be your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your partner. It covers all of that. Any person that you're sexual with. One thing that I can say that I didn't address in my paper was that the use of the internet with sex. So, there was a study done that there's an increase in the amount of sexual activity on the internet that impacts how people perform in the bedroom. And I personally believe that's true. With pornography sites here and there, and just scrolling through internet and sexual content appears on there, of course it would have an impact on how somebody performs in the bedroom, how somebody performs in their sexual relationship, because they're going off of what they see on the internet. They're being influenced on what they see on the internet, and that can greatly impact the sexual relationship. One thing that I can say that is a negative is that, people become more and more jealous because, instead of spending more time with your significant other, you're spending more time on your social media, and that can create conflict in between the two. However, there are their ups when it comes to social media, the internet, and that includes online dating. There has been an increase in weddings. There has been an increase in marriages through not social media, through online dating. And in my paper, I addressed that now online dating has increased that 19% of brides have met their significant other through online dating, through online. And that's a big increase. I personally thought it was probably 5%, but not knowing that it's now 19%, that's amazing that people can go online and, you like one picture, you swipe to the right, and next thing you know, that's your future husband, wife, spouse, and that's great. So the internet has it has a positive impact on sexual relationships. So a question that I would like to address is how the internet, what is it? How this topic relates to my future career goals. So I do want to become a doctor, specifically a pediatrician, and I feel like the internet has its benefits on the type of relationships that I will have with my coworkers, my family. Me personally, the internet is going to be amazing towards my work. It's going to make work easier. It's going to make work more efficient with my patients. But in terms of relationships, I hope that the internet will not be a hindrance with my coworkers, that we will be able to interact face to face when we do see each other, and then when we're outside of the workplace, we'll be able to text each other to keep each other updated on what's going on in the hospital when one of us are not there. The internet has a great impact on all of our future career goals, especially mine, because of the fact that, it could get to a point where my relationship with my patient could be over phone or through a machine instead of actual face-to-face contact. So the internet has a growing impact on our relationships, and I feel as though, there's more benefits than negatives, but there needs to be a balance in between the two. It can't be more internet and less personal interaction. There needs to be a balance in between the two, that there has always been personal relationships, but the internet is here to help the personal relationships grow, help the personal relationships develop. So overall scope, my take on it is that the internet has impacted our personal relationships, but I think it has impacted it for the better, and the pros outweigh the cons. So that is my scope on it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope that you take something from it and run with it. Not in a bad way, but in a good way. I hope that it has enlightened your thinking on how the internet has impacted personal relationships in 3 ways. Well, in 4 ways: family, platonic, sexual, and in your future career goals. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you soon. Good night.